So they say breakfast is the most important meal of the day. So today I'm going to show you 3 different styles of making omelets. We're going to start with a rolled over, French style, Western omelet, and a frittata. All right, so pan's a little hot. You don't want it too hot because you could burn your egg. We're going to go with a little bit of butter. A little extra knob. Make sure your butter is completely melted in the pan before you add it. Add your egg. All right. And for my omelets, I like to use about 4 ounces of egg in each one. That's about 4 to 5 eggs. Turn it up just a notch. You kind of immediately want to start scrambling. Getting your edges. Just constantly forming that raft. Once you do that, you want to just turn it down ever so slightly so you don't burn it and it doesn't overcook the egg. Checking the egg. All right, now I'll begin to fold it and roll it over. Kind of want to be gentle, not to break it. All right, we're just gonna take it back over, fold it right onto the plate, like so. Then I have some nice spinach greens over here. I'm just gonna hit that with just a little lemon juice, the fresh squeeze of lemon. Toss that in. Pepper. You don't have to use all the greens, just a little bit. There. And that's the rolled over omelet. All right, so before we head into our Western omelet, we're gonna make a quick Pico de Gallo to go on the side of it. So let's get started with that. Let it marinate and sit for a little bit. I got about 2 to 3 tomatoes here. Just gonna throw in this bowl. I use Serranos instead of jalapenos. I like a little more spice in my Pico de Gallo. I leave 1 seeded and 1 unseeded, just to like keep it more mild. Throw that right in there. Little onion, about half an onion. Don't go too crazy. Cilantro. And fresh lime juice, of course. Mix that all up. A little salt. Touch of more lime. Salt. Should be good. And we'll let that marinate before we go on to the next omelet. All right. Make sure our pan's a little hot. It's good. Some butter. Lots of butter. Put my spatula here. Egg. A little salt. Let it sit for a sec. And then of course, can't be a Western omelet without some cheddar. A little extra cheese. Lower that heat. Remember, for me, usually when I start making an omelet, I start off with a pretty hot pan, then I make sure to lower it down after the raft has been set for the omelet. Cool. It's good. Go for the fold. I like to make sure I cook both sides. Tuck. A little bit of cheese on top. Cool. All right, time to plate. Cool. We got our Pico de Gallo from a little bit earlier. Just gonna put that right over top. Take some of those juices. And of course, a little sour cream. And that's our Western omelet. All right, so now we're going into the frittata. That's personally my favorite. So essentially it's a baked omelet and it's gonna souffle in the oven. But for now, before we get into that, I'm gonna make a fresh salad. We got just some simple spring mix. I'm gonna slice some fresh radishes on my mandolin. There. Be careful when you're doing this, you know. You can easily, there's a guard that comes with this, but if you trust yourself, you should be okay. A few radishes in there, very nice. And I always like to just do a simple lemon juice, fresh lemon, olive oil, and of course you got to be a little high when you season. Black pepper. Cool. That's ready. We're gonna move into the frittata now. All right, come over here. Start off with some butter. Cool. Butter's fully melted. So we're gonna add our minced shallot, minced garlic, and then I have some pre-blanched asparagus and peas. Just gonna throw in there. I already have a little cut up as well. Some nice diced tomato. Set that down. Salt. Now we're not really looking for any color on this. We're just sweating out our veg and our garlic and shallot. So I can start to smell my garlic now. So that's how I know it's like just right there. Add our egg. Into the bottom of this, so I'm just gonna. So before we add our cheese, we're just gonna scramble some of the egg just a touch. You want to add your cheese right before the bottom sets. So it's kind of a quick motion. Sometimes you might have to do this a couple times to really nail when you need to add your cheese. But we're just about there. This is right when I'm about to add it. A little Parmesan, a little Gruyere. Kind of stir that in. Lower my heat again. Stir that in. You want to tuck your edges. Of course, just a little more cheese. Put that into a really hot oven, about 425, 450, depending on how hot your oven really gets. And then we'll let that bake for like 2 to 3 minutes. All right. Oh yeah, that's definitely ready. Grab my spatula over here. See, it puffed up very nicely. Souffled, I guess you could say. I'm just gonna help release it out of the pan. And we're actually gonna slide it onto the cutting board first. And we're gonna quarter it before we put on the plate. Now it might fall a little flat after you pull it out of the oven because it got, slightly colder, but that's okay. There you go. Our salad from earlier. Let's give it a nice little toss again. And then a little Parmesan on top. And that's the frittata. So this is how I like to make my breakfast. You know, hopefully you guys implement this into your breakfast and make this dishes too. But for now, I'm gonna have Josh, you know, come snack on this with me. So Josh, oh wow,
there we go.
All right, right behind me. Cool. He's already ready to go. Here you go.
Sir.
Enjoy, sir. Let me know what you think of my frittata.
Your frittata. It looks awesome.
Good.
Oh man.
Can't go wrong with eggs.
Heck no, I love it. I love it. Eggs are my favorite.
Cool. See you guys next time.
Cheers.